I mean, the plan was to keep it limited, not necessarily never to see those characters again, but to keep it limited. But I always say you never know.
Thanks for coming to Multicon. Great cause, and it's great that you guys are here to help out with that. My first question for you is, Los Angeles is a great city, and it's really resilient. To you, what makes Los Angeles as resilient as it is?
Yeah, I've been here since I was 18, and then I was here a lot during my childhood. And I think this is one of the most diverse places on Earth. It's where people from all over the world come together, and we're doing that before calamities. When calamities happen, everybody has always come together. I think that's part of what this city is. The city has, a history that can be very difficult in many ways. And we can't ignore that, but in the same respect, you can point to things throughout history of people coming together, of communities that don't touch each other, coming to each other's aid. And I'm very proud to be a Los Angelino, and I feel very lucky to have come up here. And just the variety of what this city is, that variety, that diversity, I mean, it's been proven to be our strength.
Now I have to ask about Walking Dead. The Ones Who Live just released last year, and people loved it. It was great. It was a huge build-up. We finally got to see those two characters again. But Dead City has multiple seasons. Book of Daryl has multiple seasons. Is the plan to maybe continue that show as well, or are we keeping that limited for now?
I mean, the plan was to keep it limited, not necessarily never to see those characters again, but to keep it limited. But I always say you never know. There's so many. I've been very careful to say, oh, that'll never happen, because it does. So, there are possibilities, and there's possibilities of all sorts of strange iterations of shows with those characters and with other characters. So, I think it's entirely possible.
One show we haven't heard a lot about recently is Tales from the Walking Dead. Is that something you guys are looking into maybe creating more stories for in the future, or?
I'm desperate to do more of those. We don't have imminent plans to do it, but I'm constantly bringing it up. It's a more challenging show because of the variety, because you're starting at zero every episode. So that's one thing that's sort of slowing it down a little bit, but I always keep it in the mix as a possibility. We can only put out so many Walking Dead shows, Walking Dead hours a year, but to me, I think that's a layup. I think everybody wants to see more stories of it, and I think we totally just scratched the surface. And on top of that, I really want to see more of the characters from the past, and I know the audience does too, or things that were referred to in the past that we never saw. So I'm determined to have it come back, and it's a very easy show to come back. There's no, we didn't end on a cliffhanger, so I think it's a possibility.
Last Walking Dead question for you. We talked a lot about hopes. The Rick and Michonne show used to be a movie, but it was shifted into a show. Do you still have hopes in the movie realm? Obviously you can't say anything specific, but are you still hoping to explore that avenue eventually with the franchise?
I mean, I would just say different formats. They're always in our minds, and is it a 6-hour? Is it a 2-hour? Is it my dream would be another 16-hour a year series. We're talking about that. Feature films, probably less likely. But different ways that we do the show, we have to do it, and we will.
Well, sir, thank you. Thank you for being here.
I appreciate it.